Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pearson, and welcome again to my channel, Friendship Blue. Yes, February 17th of 2026, 6:52 in the p.m. I pray you guys had a great day. Went out and had some ice cream. Yeah, it's all good. I needed that. Just take a little break. As I was out, I was on the phone, chilling, and got to talking about some different issues, and I brought up the latest on the Nancy Guthrie situation because I was hoping to go live with you guys tonight in hopes that they would announce that they found her. So far, again, it's 6:52 in the p.m. Thank you for being here. Nothing. They're saying that the A&D backwards, didn't show up anything in all the gloves they had. Are they back to square one? No, they just have some things which is close to their vest, so to speak, and they're not revealing the leads that they're following. But people, as I did my due diligence, as I'm sure you guys do as well, I, when you're doing research, every now and then a new video pops up, and that's what happened. So I went that way because, as you guys know, I teach the 5 C's. Hint, hint, purple. People, the head honcho out there, with the sheriff, when I show you how he was dressed, and then when I show you the interview for TMZ and what's in their background, you're probably going to come to the conclusion that I'm gradually coming to, and you guys have put in the comment section, what a masterful, well-designed situation or event that we have here with the Nancy Guthrie situation. Guthrie. And some of you all asked, is she actually missing? Is this another made-for-TV drama? Like I said, I said there's a good chance because today starts the lunar New Year, the calendar. It appears the only thing they put out there so far. Then again, there was a second situation, but the passing of the late Jesse Jackson. But like I said, I believe he passed a long time ago. They did it today for a timing basis. But are the powers serving up, and will they serve up someone or some events during this lunar festivities? I could go back in history right now and blow you guys' mind with some of the deaths and events that have happened over the last 5 to 10 years. And again, when I look at this Nancy Guthrie situation, I'm saying to myself, wow, and especially after today, and I want you to look at this thing with an open mind and say, look, what are they really trying to tell us? In your hearts of hearts, ask yourself, are they secretly trying to tell us something? And is it being orchestrated? You hate to go there because she's 84. Everybody who was raised right, they have respect for senior citizens. So your first thing to do is hands off of anything that could be questionable to a degree where we would disrespect the information. But at some point you got to say, look, let's look at it for what it is, okay? So without further ado, let's get into this story. And quite frankly, I'm disappointed that the powers would insult us like this. Then again, why should I? Why should I? These are the end times. The signs would be there. And I think they're just getting started. Because they have an agenda and they have some goals. And through events like this, they do speak. And at a point, it can be used as a distraction as they work on something in the background, okay? So check this out, this report. And I want you to look at the sheriff. And promise to keep your composure. It's crazy, y'all. Here we go.
So you don't believe it was a burglary gone wrong? Is that what you're saying?
I believe it was a kidnapping. All new to Fox News going one-on-one with the Pima County Sheriff Chris Dennis as the search for Nancy Guthrie intensifies and investigators zero in on key leads. Welcome to a brand new hour of America Reports. I'm John Roberts. Thank you for coming in this week.
You are most welcome, John. The bill will come later in the week, so look out for that in the mail. It's great to be with you.
The check will be in the mail.
No, thank you. I look forward to receiving it. I'm Jillian Turner in for Sandra today. So this interview now with all these breaking developments come as the sheriff has also been saying that the entire Guthrie family is cleared from this investigation. They are not suspects. We're also getting new details on investigators working directly with Walmart, trying to trace the exact items that the suspect was seen wearing on camera. Let's get straight to Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt now, who just sat down with the sheriff for this exclusive interview. Jonathan, lay it out for us. What did you learn?
A lot of breaking news at this interview, Gillian and John. The sheriff had just come from the latest briefing on this investigation. And I asked him first of all about the glove that we've all heard about, the glove that on which they had found DNA, which was being tested and was going to then be entered into the FBI's CODIS system, which is the national tracking system for DNA that they might have from people who have committed crimes in the past. His answer to that, not good news for the investigation. Listen here to the sheriff.
The DNA on the glove that was found 2 miles away was submitted, and I just heard that CODIS had no hits.
No hits on the DNA found in the...
Correct.
So you are no closer to a suspect as a result of the DNA test, at least?
As a result of CODIS.
Now, remember also, we broke the news last Friday that they had tested also DNA.
So as of CODIS, no breaks. I'm sure a lot of you guys caught what I was trying to say. So look at him. And what do you see? Everything I've been teaching the last 5 years? He got a purple shirt. And of course, that's their flag, but those are Ra colors. They just happen to have him next to the sun god Ra. And then he's constantly putting his hands like in that V formation, like a pyramid. Now, when I saw it and I called my friend, I told my buddy, I'm like, look at this. And the first thing come out of my mouth, I'm like, you know what? He looked like a broke Andy Gibb. Right? He looked like a broke John Travolta. There are some people that can get away with certain styles and certain colors. Remember, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was it in the late 90s they started calling the fashion police on people? It's February. In the Midwest, it's cold. We've had a brief summer this week, but usually it's about 20 degrees or below. Purple during the day, he looked like he about to go swinging, about to hit the dance floor with John Travolta. Purple is that color where it begins to speak before your mouth does. There's nothing wrong with the colors, but I teach the 5 C's of clues, codes, colors, the confirmation time and conclusion. Welcome new subscribers. There was a group called the Phoenicians back in the day. They were dastardly. They sacrificed babies, kids, adults for the gods, like the Lunas goddess, for Baal and Moloch and Satan. If they wanted territory, money, prestige, positions, land, whatever, they would give sacrifices to the gods. They were seamen. They went out to the sea. They hunted for clams or seashells. In there was a purple dye. Nothing wrong with the color. You can wear the color. So the first color was purple. The secondary color, in my humble opinion, is a Tiffany blue. Again, you can wear the colors. I wear the colors. Everybody who wear the colors shouldn't be suspect. shouldn't be suspect. But him wearing that and got this case going on, I begin to read it for what it is. I think they're speaking. I think this is a whole controlled story, but why? I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. He looked like he's about to go out and party on a Friday night. Come on, man. Are you serious? How long are they gonna drag this thing out? Pierce, you act like there's not an 84-year-old woman involved. No, I know what they're telling us, but I know what I'm seeing. And at some point, you got to use your God-given rationale and just say, wait a minute. With the knowledge that we have, and we're starting to see things, maybe we should start questioning what we're really looking at. That's all I'm saying. Now, here's another one. This one goes in, TMZ has been like heads and shoulders when it comes down to getting information, because this so-called person has been asking for crypto money. They didn't hear from him today, but 4 different letters over the last, I guess, week and a half. So now TMZ is back in the mix. I want you to look at their background.
I'm your host, Mike Page, continuing to bring you always the very latest live look right now at Nancy Guthrie's home. The disappearance investigation continues. It is now on day 17. And right now, we want to always get the latest from TMZ. TMZ's Michael Babcock joining us here with the latest. And Michael, it seems like every time there could be a crack in this case, it seems we stall out then.
Mike, I think that's the perfect way to put it. I mean, the gloves that were found, especially when we learned that there was evidence inside of those gloves that police believe they may be able to get a DNA match, and to now find out that the gloves did not return a match after the DNA was extracted and it was ran through that CODIS database, which is essentially a database of around 27 million people, Mike, who have been convicted of different crimes over the years. And obviously the hope was that the DNA is run.
Let me go to my calculator. I didn't even think about decoding that. Once I saw them colors, I'm I'm trying to understand the investigation. Just give me a minute here. He said 27,000. Let's see if that comes out to anything. I tell you, boy, something's up. 27,000 divided by 614, which is Trump's birthday, you get 43.9. That's 44. Barack Obama's the 44th president. See what else we get. 27,000. 27,000 divided by 84. Her birth, she's 84. Nothing there. So yeah, people. And let's see, today is what? Today is what day? 31, 38, 48. Oh, today's the 48th day of the year. So 27,000 divided by 48 gives you 562. So nothing I can think of right off the hand. But yeah, people, I think they're speaking. Can you believe what you're seeing though? Like I said, I'm doing some other research and I look up and I literally got back-to-back videos. There's your sun god Ra there again. Look at the colors. And there's your purple. Come on, people. Come on, people. Now, y'all know because y'all part of the show, y'all gonna know this. But the average person's not gonna know unless they know the history. You're listening to the news because you're thinking, okay, let's see if the AND backwards would turn out. And you got this in the background. People, we got to start questioning what we're looking at. We have to. Did this thing ever happen? Is this whole thing staged? TMZ getting all these emails from this mystery person. And now they got the purple and the red and gold in the background. Welcome new subscribers, in case you don't know. Let me put this out there. I tell you, boy, they something else. I think they doing something. I think they're trying to tell us something. I'm adding up something else because I'm seeing something else in the background. I tell you. We got to be... let me see, 23303. They got something going on. Let's go to this last one here. Then we're going to really talk. Here. Then we'll go from there.
Contributor and criminal defense attorney Josh Ritter for more on this. Josh, put it all together for us. We got DNA on the glove that doesn't match anybody in the CODIS space, which just means that whoever had the DNA on the glove, whoever was wearing the gloves, probably not a convicted criminal. We got different DNA in the house. The sheriff thinks it's a kidnapping, not a robbery gone bad, yet there's nothing kidnapped. So where does the case stand at this point?
I don't think there's an easy way of putting it that it's discouraging. These appear to be setbacks. You were hoping for some sort of hit, some sort of lead, some sort of way to move the investigation forward with that glove that they found. But especially discouraging is the idea that the glove doesn't even match the DNA inside of the home, so we can't even determine at this point if the glove is even involved or if it's just a false lead, just some random glove that was left behind. And the idea that the DNA, the unidentified DNA found inside the home, which is their best lead as far as the forensic goes, comes back to nothing. And CODIS, again, yes, it's nice that they have a sample.
Now, he says similar words from what the sheriff said. Expected some type of hit. Now, let's get into this Phoenician then. I want to show you guys here. I'm going to put this video in the description. That's this one. It's in your face. In here, you're going to see these colors. There's your purple, there's the blue. Won't always be the same shade, but close to it. When you see that and you see these news stories, there could be a chance that these news stories are crafted, because these are the guys that are running the world, this false information. And when it comes down to the sun god, let me show you that. Sun god Ra. This is the sun god Ra. These are the colors. So when you saw the TMZ bit and you saw him there, it ain't exactly Ra, but see the colors? It's the combination of what you're looking for. And then that's the Phoenician. I'm here to give you the information. I'm praying that through prayer you get the revelation. The goal after all of that, if you don't understand, is that there is a hidden power. And it spoke a certain way back in the day. It kind of went into remission, but it's in full blast now because they know Jesus is coming again. And the more that God utilizes people like me, or with your gift, you're witnessing the gospel, Satan's looking at his time clock like, I gotta make this move. Like a friend of mine told me a few weeks ago with Pearson, they can't meet every day, the powers. So they know how to speak to each other. You feel me? When they watch the news, they're looking at these colors. They're looking at the signs. And anything else that could be allegedly staged. And they're saying, okay, I know what time it is. They're utilizing this situation to talk. To me, I could take something as little as this. Even though I know it's TMZ, they're only showing the T and the M. T is the 20 letter of the alphabet, M is 13. 20 and 13 is 33, like Masonic. Do you understand? I just know how to read them. So I'm saying allegedly, I mean, you can even look here. Look at the top. You got 6. You have a constant bombardment when you watch this TV of symbology right in front of you. But if you don't know how to read the signs, you're going to listen to the news. And what they want to do, they want to lure you in. They didn't want to take you on a frustration ride. Because I'm sure a lot of people looked at the news the last 2 days thinking, okay, they're going to get this DNA. I finally said it. They're gonna, if the person was a criminal, then they would be in the database. Then there's a good chance that we can catch this person. So they got you on this mental roller coaster. Hey, come ride with me. That's what they want you to do. Because there's got to be a higher reason. So when I point out these colors, and then I see the sheriff, and this guy got on purple. Well, basically, because I know ain't nothing they can tell me going forward. I've been doing, this is maybe my 6th, 7th video on it, but there's nothing else they can tell me of substance. So I have to read the symbology. I have to read the numbers. I have to ask myself, where are we going? I'm going to see where we're going. They're setting up a one world system. They might be coming out with some new laws down the pike. Somebody put in the comment section, I think it was yesterday, that they could have it where now they're going to start, everybody got to register under a code or a chip. Because now, with that, you don't have to go through all this frustration of trying to find out who's who. It's so many layers to this that they could be doing. All police cases are not resolved within 2 days, 5 days, 2 weeks. Some things go years. Some things go years. Was this a slam dunk in your estimation? I'm not sure. But with all the signs that I'm seeing here, I've come to the conclusion this thing is masterfully, skillfully being presented to us. And I'm really doubting if it's even true. Sincerely, tell me how you feel. The signs are there. And I'm not putting my head in the sand. I know what I'm looking at. But why should we be surprised? This is the first day of the lunar goddess. Why would they slow down now? God bless.